Kenneth Okonkwo faces ₦8 billion defamation battle as Peter Obi takes legal action. Mr. Kenneth Okonkwo is expected to defend his allegations in court defamation suit reportedly filed against him by the NDC presidential candidate Mr. Peter Obi. The lawsuit followed statements allegedly made by Mr. Kenneth Okonkwo during a television interview in which he made serious allegations against Peter Obi. In response, Mr. Peter Obi, through his legal team, rejected the claims and demanded damages as well as a public retraction. Now that the matter is heading through the legal process, many Nigerians are eager to see the evidence that will be presented before the court. Mr. Kenneth Okonkwo has maintained his position publicly, while Mr. Peter Obi insists that the allegations against him are false and damaging to his reputation. Somehow, this case has become one of the most talked about political disputes in Nigeria because both men were once political allies before their relationship deteriorated. The court will ultimately determine the merits of the claims and counterclaims. Until then, supporters of both men will continue to follow the case closely as it develops. Whatever the outcome, the case serves as a reminder that public allegations against individuals can have serious legal consequences, especially when they involve matters capable of affecting personal reputation and political credibility. The economic freedom fighters in South Africa are living legends. The political party and its members in South Africa represent the future, not only of South Africa but also of the African continent. We believe that if the economic freedom fighters are given the opportunity to direct the affairs of South Africa, they will provide good leadership and also help promote unity among African countries. We shall continue to support the activities of the economic freedom fighters in South Africa because they mean well for the country. The economic freedom fighters have been vocal advocates for African unity. Since some groups in South Africa started calling for other Africans to leave the country, it is the economic freedom fighters that have consistently condemned such actions publicly, which makes them different from many others in South Africa. We are hopeful that voters in South Africa will come together and elect the economic freedom fighters to direct the affairs of the country because doing so would be a great victory for the people of South Africa and for the African continent as a whole. Again, the unity of Africa is very important for economic growth, and it is something that leaders across the continent should actively promote. President Bola Tinubu's government allegedly told Nigerians that if they want good hospitals and other infrastructure, they should be able to pay taxes. Taxation is a good source of income for any country, but before taxing citizens, the government in question should make sure that the people can pay those taxes without being pushed below the poverty line. If you tax Nigerians who can barely feed themselves, how do you expect them to pay? Even those who are gainfully employed can no longer feed their families properly because of the high cost of living. This also brings us to the issue of insecurity in Nigeria, as many farmers can no longer go to their farms to cultivate crops due to security concerns. Again, based on available records in the public domain, the APC-led government of President Bola Tinubu has borrowed a significant amount of money when compared to previous administrations. Nigerians are therefore asking what the government has used the borrowed funds for. To answer that question, many factors are involved. However, as things stand today, everything happening in Nigeria should be seen as a leadership failure. The APC-led government of President Bola Tinubu is not capable of properly directing the affairs of Nigeria, which is a fact. Therefore, allowing the current administration to remain in office beyond 2027 is certainly going to push more Nigerians into severe economic hardship.